yeah, let me turn this off.
I want to show you guys my secret. Don't look at my secrets. Stop looking at my secrets. Don't you dare look at my secrets. Ten-foot cable. 10-foot cables. I got a 10-foot cable. 10-foot. It's too early for the next note. 10-foot. Oh, you guys are silly. Chat, you guys are silly. Well, let's see if anyone shows up. We'll see if anyone shows up to the party. We'll see if anyone's got their notifications turned on. I won't be able to tell who it is, though, so it'll be an anonymous. I guess it'll be like, I can do confessions since I don't know who it is. Right? Right, YouTube? I need to figure it out. YouTube's like, no, figure it out, bro. It's not how it works. How's my face look? Is it lit? So I will say, I think it's about time for a new ring light. Though, chat, I'll have to do some more research if that's the best option. I do have a quit your job and go on tours note that I could trade. So I'm gonna do a few more of these, probably an hour. Depending on how many kids ones I have to do. Stinking kid, those stinking kids. Fucking googling one of. Oh man. I guess this channel's kind of new now that I think about it. I thought everybody already knew. This is a brand I like. Kool-Aid. Yeah. That's the brand I like, and really I just like it because of the tube, and this is why it reminded me. This is what reminded me, if I can find it, here it is. This is what reminded me, is these tubes are never strong enough. If you look at my tube, I have this, like, tube on the inside. I don't want to pull it out right now. You see I push it up? It's got a tube on the inside, which I made. That'll be for another day. See, they're normally hollow. But what I like doing is super gluing the rims. And if you see those little legs in there, that's super glue. I put super glue around the rim, and then I drip some down the middle to make it a little more sturdy. Because the tubes are never good enough. So what I'm going to do is I'll show you. This is kind of a learning thing. So I've been using this Gorilla Glue, super glue. And honestly, it probably works good because look, that crust just came right off. So now it's like brand new. So I don't know if it's the best glue for the job. There may be a better glue, like a harder glue. This stuff's pretty rubbery. So I don't know if maybe a harder glue would work better. I think it might, but thought this would dry a little harder. It dries a little more rubberier. But then I put little legs running down. I tried to get 8, but usually it ends up with 6. Because I don't know how to divide properly. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And that'll work. I'll probably just get 6 in this one. We'll see. Nope, we'll get 8. So now I have, it's kind of hard to see, 8 little legs running down. And right now they're running. It'll take them a minute to dry. Kind of takes a minute to figure out how to use it so you don't use too much. And how to use not too little. And then I like to just put like a sticky note or something. I know I've got it down pretty much where I know it's not going to run all the way through. But if you think it's going to run all the way through the first couple times, you don't really know, set it on something. Set it on something, you won't glue it to the table, you'll glue it to the piece of paper. It'll be easier to deal with. That is the trick I like doing with these. And this one's running a little bit low. So that'll take you like 12 hours to dry, that one I just put away. This one's running a little low. I got a couple days worth. But, you know, it might take me another day or two to remember to do the other side. I do both sides. And then later I'll show you the tube trick when I come to it. Making one of these little tubes, you just crush an old one. Crush an old one, put it in there. Nothing too fancy. But then you kind of have support on that middle tube and it won't want to collapse on itself. Because that can be an issue when it collapses on itself. It makes it not easier to do tie-dyes. It makes it harder to do tie-dyes. If and when the tube collapses. So I see no one's watching right now. So I'm not going to repeat my India story. But I guess for the people watching a replay in the future, welcome. Today is January 19th. It says in the description. What am I thinking? You guys know. It's the future. You guys know how to do that stuff. You kids and your technology, let me tell you. You kids, but yeah, I'll show you how to do that tube. You just like roll it in there, crush it and roll it up. Crush it to where it'll fit in there. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. Google it, if Google still exists. I don't know how much in the future you're watching this. So I don't know, I can't tell you. But I do know I got a couple more. I'm sure if you're from the future and you're watching this video, you know why today is an important day. You probably know. You've probably done your research. If you haven't done your research, I'll give you time to pause if you like doing research. Okay, now that you're back. Yeah, it's January 19th, 2025. So, I am on YouTube today. Hello, YouTube. I'm kind of new to the tube. See, I don't know if Google will be here in 1,000 years, but I guess now that I'm on YouTube, I hope this is here in 1,000. So if you're watching me on YouTube in 1,000 years and not, this is where you edit it and insert the name. That's a joke. That's a 1,000-year-old joke. Never gets old. Right there. Oh, jeez. But I got a few more. I just tried to go live. No worky. So I already did other platform today. So I was like, I wonder if everyone's got their notifications on YouTube. What if you got your notifications turned on? This was a surprise. This was a pop quiz. It's a pop quiz. Nobody did so good on it. I will say this was a pop quiz. We did a pop quiz, and nobody showed up for the pop quiz. Nobody knows the pop quizzes I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow. Sorry, I didn't warm up my voice yet today. I'm not going to give you the Amazing Grace either, though I really want to. Though a little funny story. I used to always lose my voice in the summertime because I wouldn't talk for like a month or two. Because I'd just be in my house folding tie-dyes all winter. So I'd only really talk to the lady at the gas station mainly. That's only for a minute or two. So now that this is kind of warming up the old neck face muscle. And I burnt my tongue yesterday in pizza. That's what I'm up to. It's kind of like a blog. Now I'm kind of like blogging. Dear Diary. Now that nobody's looking. Now that nobody's watching and it's just me and you, Diary. I burnt my dang tongue yesterday. So, we'll see. I have a few more shirts. I guess I'm going to not look at the screen for a little bit. I keep looking. That's probably not helping. Let's just pretend like I don't care. Let's just pretend like I don't care. We can pretend like you don't care, right? Yes, okay. Oh, my ego. My ego is not soaring like an eagle right now. I will say. I'm trying to think of a funny word to put ego and eagle. Eagle flying like an eagle. Egro. That's not that funny. So, I'm going to still work on that. If you're 1,000 years in the future watching this, hey, it's the first day of that joke. Egro. You're going to see that posted on a pyramid somewhere, maybe someday. That word. They won't even know. They won't even know what it means. Eagle. Eagle, ego. Yeah, I don't know. I can't. Nothing's coming to me, chat. So, let's get this over with so I can stop and go get ice. We're basically waiting on ice. We're basically waiting on ice. Well, no. We're waiting on me to finish so I can go get ice. So we are waiting on ice. We're waiting on the ice part. Gotta use full sentences. So I'm ready for a nap though. Oh man, I wonder if I could. I probably need to lower the quality of this video, huh? I did notice my internet wasn't too happy yesterday. I really need to lower the quality on all these videos if I'm doing it. Or I gotta pay for more internet. They're capping me. They're capping. But it is good internet. I think it's working. Now that I think about it, I wish that they had the thing that actually tells me it's working. I guess it's just different. That red live must mean it's live. But I don't see like the quality settings yet. Because we don't need to run it at 1080p. You guys don't need to be Looking at all my blemishes I get. You guys don't need to know these blemishes. Every little blemish. Okay. Hey, there's somebody watching. This was a pop quiz. So I don't know who's watching though. So whoever this is. Oh, they're gone. Must have not been a fellow refugee. I don't want to say the word. I gotta be good. I gotta be on my best behavior. Trying to be on my best behavior here. But I think we have a few more to go. So I see one person, one like. So I'm guessing you are someone from one of my followers. One of the 79 or 80. So I will say, this was a pop quiz. This was a pop quiz. You're the first one to show up to the pop quiz. I don't quite know who it is. I can't see. We haven't figured that. The teacher hasn't figured out that part yet. So I did do a pop quiz, but I don't technically know who showed up for the pop quiz. So, you can send me a message and say, I won the pop quiz, and I'll know it's you. But we'll see. Maybe it's a new person for all I know. Could be a new guy or gal. But I have a feeling I got one person watching, one like. So I'm guessing that's one of the, I think it's 80. So you are the first of the hopefully 80 that should be showing up. But, yeah, I gotta fold some more shirts. I will give you time to start a Twitch account. I would start a Twitch account. I'm gonna go live on Twitch to do the color tonight. I will not be running a poll, but Twitch is able to run a poll. So we'll see if I can figure it out. I probably won't. That's funny. What's up, Amanda? I thought about it and I said, you know what? This is kind of like a pop quiz. This is kind of like a pop quiz to see who has their notifications turned on. And I tried to go live on the other platform, and it still won't let me. But it will. It's just like they're having technical difficulties, I think. They said, like, we're working on the problem. They said, like, try again later, or we're working on the problem. So it will allow me to post videos on there, but it won't allow me to go live. I tried a couple different ways to go live. I even tried to do the practice one. They have like a practice stream where like you can turn it on and just practice and like go through the buttons and stuff. Like right now, it probably, you know, if I had a practice, it wouldn't actually be live, and I could just like go through the buttons and see what they do, which is kind of a good idea now that I think about it. But I was like, oh, I'll go into the practice one, because after 30 seconds, it gives you the option to go live. So I was like, well, maybe the main live button doesn't work, but I was like, maybe this little side button will get me there. So I even tried the side button. I even tried to do the practice stream, because it does have, after 30 seconds, an option for to go live button. So I was like, maybe that's just like a different way around. So that was the only thing I could think of to actually go live today, was to do the practice and then go into the live from the practice. But you know, have you ever like restarted your computer? Sometimes it takes a second for like the program you're looking for to pop up. You know? So if they restarted their, what do they call that? If they turned off their servers, then the restart might have messed some things up, honestly. That would be my guess, is the restart messed it up. And it just like screwed up the code somewhere where they have to fix it. But they said they're working on it, so they sent a message like when I tried to go live that said like, yeah, we're unable to at this time, we're trying to work on it. So they're working on it, I guess. I don't really know. But I do have a few more to fold before I can do the color portion. And I do have shirts I'm going to wash out tonight, and I'm going to do the washout on Twitch. So, yeah, I think you already, I can't remember if you did the Twitch already. I think you did. But, it's the same name as my name, you know. It should be the same name and everything. My same profile picture will pop up. And then I can at least see chat. Yeah, I think I remember seeing you in chat. Yeah. I think I do remember seeing you already on Twitch chat. So yes. I think I'm preaching to the choir. So I have one more. I have this one and one more 3X to fold. And then I can get ice. And so I'll probably hang out for a minute. I don't know, you know. If it's cold enough, it's kind of warmer today. I'll have to look at the temperature. If it's below freezing, then I could just set the ice outside and I don't like have to do it. Because I'd like to sleep before I try to be excited. Before I try to act excited. And I did just get some food and I really did just want to sleep. But if I didn't finish this part before, you know, then less stuff would have gotten done. Because I gotta, you know, get that ice by 10:30 or 9:30. And then it wouldn't really give me time to fold more shirts tonight and do a ice bin. So I'd like to get this done. And then get a little sleep. If it's enough time, what, 7? I don't know. I don't quite know. I might just have to go up and get ice and let it sit outside, but that means I gotta look at the temperature. Because I think it's below freezing, but I'm not positive. It's cold to me, I know that. Freezing to me. Starting to switch. Do 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 do. All right. Where's that tail at? There it is. Classic scrunch. This would be the classic scrunch technique, and this one turned out really good. This one scrunched really nice. If I can get this tail to tie. The hardest part is getting this first little bit. Once you get that first little bit, it all holds together real well. I spend it fast. Do, 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 do. Doing my money 2 in the morning. And if you were watching the other day when I had the dried out shirts are no longer dried out. Let me check the other one. Yeah, they both feel good. The shirt's dried out. I left the lids off overnight, thinking, they'll be okay. But nope, not with the heat running. They got like a little crispy on top where they dried off. And the soda ash, it's like salt, so it's like a coating. And I said, that's not gonna fold right. Having a wet shirt really does help. Not like wet, but slightly damp. Like a little bit wetter than you take it out of the washing machine. I don't run it on a full spin cycle. I only run it for like a minute, 45 seconds. You know, more than 30 seconds. Less than 2 minutes. You'll kind of hear the water, like when the centrifugal force throwing the soda ash water out. And by the time you kind of quit hearing it, that's, you know it's about good. But you don't want it too wet. It ruins markers and it's messy. That's how I'm getting these little white, I don't know if you can see them, these little white streaks. Because these are a little wetter than I would like them to be, but I put them in there a little wetter because I wanted the other shirts to absorb the moisture. Which is a trick. They can dry out and you don't have to re-soak them. Just make more and throw the more in the bucket. And just have the new ones you make, have them be a little bit too wet. And when they mix them in with the dry ones, and they're good. I sat them overnight. And they are good. I did the ones that were wet right away, but I mixed some in that were dry. And I didn't get to all of them, so I did get to fold some of the new ones that I soda ashed. But I mixed some also in with the dry ones and left the dry ones mixed in with the wet ones that I didn't finish. And they absorb the moisture of them. But that means this one's a little extra wet today. But that's okay. But that's how the markers kind of go bad. The soda ash when they're wet. Which isn't really a big deal, but you go through more markers that way. This marker's already on its last leg. But I started with the lightest color markers, so they go bad the fastest. I didn't want to start with the good ones. So yellow, and I don't know what other color I used. Gray, maybe. But I'll use a darker color and a darker color until you get the black. You want to use the black right away because the black works the best. But then it just gets worse and worse instead of better and better. So I chose to start with the lightest color. Let me be a traveling man. Do 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 do. right, kid sizes. Kid sizes. I wonder how many I have. Oh yeah. Let's see what we got here. There's one. We got one done. Do. Ah. Baby blue. Do, 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 do. Alright, these are kids, so I only need 4 folds. 1, 2, 3, 1, 4. So hopefully we'll have a color and a washout here. Being as I don't know how to turn on the pole for Twitch, I'm gonna have to pick anyways. I'm gonna try to do it on, Tiki. And if that don't work, then I'm gonna go to TW, which I guess that doesn't help too much because I do have a T Witter. But you know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna start on my original platform. And if that don't work, I'm going to option B. And this is, oh, we got 2 people in here. What's up? We're folding tie-dyes. Sorry, I can't figure out. I'm new to YouTube Live, and I can't figure out how to turn commentary on. So, I'm working on it. But I also make tie-dyes, so I'm not very good at it. You know what I'm saying? There we go. 2 likes. I'll take that. All right. Yeah, I will be on other platforms. I don't know. I can't see who the second person is. See, that's where it's not as fun. That's why I'll be on other one later. sure you guys can find me. But I don't know what. This is number 2. I want to make 7. 3, 4, and I need to count rolls at the same time. So yeah, I don't know when I'll be live. Who knows? We're happy to be here, though. We're happy to just be folding tie-dyes somewhere. So, it's a little more entertaining when people are watching, chatting. So, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We started from nothing and we got here, so I think we'll be able to figure out which buttons to press. Really, most of the hard work's done. Now I just got to figure out which buttons to press. So, but that really takes time and reading and that, or I'm hopefully going to have someone help me. But that's going to take a while. I'm not going to go out of my way too quick for that. Just because I got a lot of stuff to do. Really what it comes down to is I need to fold shirts. I need shirts. I don't need to spend time, lose time taking time off. We can work on that. I know for a fact I have 2 weeks off this summer. I work for, 2 weekends, and then it's 2 weeks off. So that really will be the first time I get a chance to and I almost said it. It won't be a time to get relaxed because I will be working as soon as those 2 breaks start. I will be probably printing t-shirts for those 2 weeks and making hats. Because I don't really have time to make tie-dyes in the summer. For all the sitting around, for all the 5 days of sitting. So out of that 2 weeks, you can really only work, 9 days, right? Because the last 5 are just waiting for them to soak. So technically I could work for 5 days, and then those 4 days I could do hats and shirts if I really needed to. But we're going to try not to do that. We're going to try to do the tie-dyes before summertime and not in the middle. You think it's busy now. Imagine doing these tie-dyes when it's actually busy time for me. This is my time when I'm got nothing on my schedule that's too close. I'm meeting up with my mom in February. That's about the only thing I have planned. You would know it's true. There's none for me except for you. Except for you. I swear to it on my very soul. If I lie, may I fall down cold. I need some new scissors. I need to order some dang scissors. These things are about to drive me crazy. I shouldn't have to think. Okay. cut in this right exact spot or they're not going to work. If I cut them in the normal spot, they don't work. Because they just got too gunked up. These scissors aren't supposed to be cutting. I think it's polyester string. I read it the other day, but I forget. When I ordered this new stuff, it said what the material was. I'm pretty sure it was polyester, which makes sense more than cotton. I used to say cotton, but cotton absorbs water. So why the heck would they make sinew out of cotton? So yeah, some sort of poly material that's like waterproof. So it. Oh wow, we got 2 people, 3 likes. Sup? This is the what did I call it? Pop quiz. Pop quiz. We got 2 people in here. Send me a message if you were one of the followers, because this was a pop quiz. But currently I don't know who showed up for the pop quiz, so it would be easy just for you to say, oh yeah, it was me. I was the other one in the pop quiz. I'll say, you sure? Yeah. That's all you gotta just say is yeah. But now I went live on another platform this morning. So I figured I'd swap over here, you know, spread it around. So I gotta finish a few more here. We're doing a color poll on hopefully a competitor's website. But if that doesn't work out, we're going to plan B. If that doesn't work, plan C. So keep your eyes peeled, I think they say. Turn on all your notifications. Turn on your Marcus meter. It's like the bat signal. I will be sending out bat signal. If you don't see bat signal, how you supposed to be robbing? How you supposed to be robbing when you didn't even see my bat signals? You know what I'm saying? Oh, so I'm not going to guess who the second person is. I'm guessing it's a local because they stuck around. We had someone stop in for a minute and leave. That's how we got the 3 likes. So I don't know who that was. I mean, I bet you know what? Now that I think about it, when the stream ends, I can see. I can't see while it's going on, but I'm pretty sure they give me like the analytics when I end of like, you had this and you had that. Pretty sure now that I think about it. I will be able to see who showed up for class. I bet you Tie-Dye Learning Channel didn't even show up to class today. What's up with that? If that's Tie-Dye Learning Channel into class, I expect Tie-Dye Learning Channel to be here. How is the teacher gonna miss my pop quiz? Right? Right, chat? Teacher skipping my pop quiz. Come on. No, I saw she liked and commented all my stuff today. I thought that was pretty funny. I had some pretty funny material, I will say, today. It wouldn't let me go live, so I did post some of my random jibber jabber. You guys might remember this one. I was literally looking at my tongue in the camera because I burnt my tongue. And so I was like, oh, I wonder what that looks like. I feel it. I wonder what it looks like. So I was looking in the camera at my tongue, and I thought, oh, this is gold. This is comedy gold right here. And then I thought, okay, let's just pretend that I didn't know that TikTok's back on. and do a quick 15-second, because I can press like 15 seconds, 60 seconds, 10 minutes, or live, you know, there's options. So I did the 15-second one and pretended like I didn't know. And I thought it was pretty funny. That I thought was my best work today. I thought that was the most comedy gold today. I watched it. Some of those views, now none of those views actually count towards me. I can't just turn it on and run my view count up while I sleep. Ask me if I tried it, yeah. Ask me if the thought crossed my mind, oh yeah. Yeah, it did. But we'll make it an organic growth. I want it to be an organic growth, I guess. I'm not gonna pay any of those view bots. I get a lot of messages for view bots. And I say, no thank you. Clearly I don't have view bot going. Let me show you why I don't got a view bot. Is Amanda, I think you can vouch. I am not using view bots. Oh man, when there's 100 people in the chat, maybe you could be like, I bet you he's using view bots. But no, when there's one person in the chat, I would have signed up for the YouTube ones also. So it wasn't organic growth. Though one day some dude had a clicker mouse. I don't know if you were in there, Amanda, when the guy had the clicker mouse. That was pretty impressive. I did been like, I don't know if this is good or not. I was like, I'm not going to tell you to stop, but I honestly don't know if this is good or not. I haven't read the terms of service that closely in that department. I've read it pretty close. It's long. And they want you to read it, and I've tried to read it. But it also knows if you skim it. So you can't skim it and then being like, okay, you read it. Because clearly it knows. But it's pretty easy to just track your eyes. Track your eyes however many lines there are. Pretty simple math. Pretty simple math. Do. See, look at that. It took me 2 swipes. I don't want that anymore. These are soon to be my shop scissors. I'll put them out in the toolbox. So they'll cut a piece of plastic or whatever, you know. Once they become, these are like fabric scissors, and technically the acrylic or whatever it is, poly, some sort of poly, it's not good on the blade. It's not terrible. It's not like cutting leather, but it definitely, I think I've had them for 2 years now, 2 seasons. So they've got a good wear, but they're basically not brand new anymore, so I can't use them. Once they start getting like dulled out, it just turns into annoyance for me. And you can't have too many scissors in your toolbox for cutting a rubber tire or something, you know. These will end up being used, but not for this anymore. It's getting about that time. And really, they only last like 2 years before that. But, you know, it's good to have a toolbox scissor every 2 years. Those toolbox scissors from 2 years ago are pretty gnarled up at this point. So those could probably almost get thrown away or like resharpened, I guess, since we're reliving the Great Depression. Yep. Probably should. I do have a blade sharpener. So I probably should at least try to sharpen those blades. Would be cool. My buddy gave me a random blade. It's more for lawnmower blades. Now that I think about it, so I don't know if it'd be good for that. It's not like a knife sharpener. It's like a lawnmower blade sharpener with the correct angle. Which, put that on the list too. I got to do that. That's I almost guarantee I will not be doing that before the first mowing. But we'll see. That'll be a whole nother thing though, you know what I'm saying? I could just do me, get a can, but that's right. I don't know if anyone noticed when I said on TikTok like a week ago or so, I said if they save it, I'm gonna get a new ring light. So I was thinking, get a new ring light and camera stand. A lot of the time these ring lights come with camera stands with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, my camera stand technically comes with this ring light. Let's see if I can get it to line up. I guess I can't get it to line up. There we go. But it doesn't line up. I guess my phone's just too tall. But there we go. So technically this ring light comes with my stand. So, you know, so it's my face. There's no shadows. That's what the ring lights are for. Is you put the camera behind them, which I don't normally do. So a lot of the times they come with a stand because they're meant to like go together. And so I was thinking about getting a nice ring light, you know, instead of this little 6-inch, which is a nice little ring light. It's definitely got me through lots of stuff, you know. I mainly got it for taking photos for my Etsy and stuff. Like, oh, let's see if we can do it. I'm not gonna be able to see this, but you put it up like this, and then it's just taking like perfect photos. See how it, instead of shadows, it's getting brighter, and then you take it away, it gets shadowy. See the difference? That's with ring light. Because if you want to zoom in, you create your own shadow. So you use a ring light, and then you can get into stuff close and get a good shot. So I think I'm gonna look into a new ring light, but I'm also not convinced that this is the best option. So I'm gonna do more research. I got a guy that's actually I think he's a really good lighting guy. I've never asked him about lighting, but I assume he went to school for it. But he's not like a lighting guy per se, but he's in the business. 4, 5, 6. So we got 3 more to do. I'm just gonna pop these out here so I don't have to think. Let me double check. 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. So this is what we gotta fold. Then we'll have enough to do a bin. It's almost 8 o'clock, so I'll probably have to walk up and get ice and take a nap with the ice sitting outside. Will probably be the plan of action, so it probably won't be till later, but it doesn't really matter anyways. Normally I want to do color more in the afternoon when more people are watching. I've had the best luck when people should be at work. At like 2, 3, 4 o'clock is like, I get a lot of people. Which is kind of interesting to me, because I'm like, all these people got to be at work right now. It's work time for society. And, you know, you figure after dinner. My thought was always like after dinner would be the best time to do them, but it's not really. You get less people after dinner. It's basically like, it would be interesting now that I think about it to look at the statistics of who's on there. And I would bet the normal 9 to 5, like I would bet you that TikTok slows down when after 5 o'clock when people get off of work. It'd be interesting to look. I'm sure TikTok has like their when people watch, you know. Not you guys particularly, just in general. Like, you know, we get 1 million people at noon and 7 million at 1, and just people like logged in using. I'm sure they could give me that information, like what's the best time when the most people are technically on TikTok watching. Would be technically the best time to go on because, you know, it's the most people watching. Prime time, baby. When is prime time TikTok? I guess would be the question, more or less. My guess would be about 3 o'clock p.m. Working its way into about 5. And then it would slow down to about 7. I would say would be prime time. But I don't know. I've never actually looked that up. Be good to know. Be good to know. We want lots of votes. We want lots of votes. We want lots of views. We want to take over the world one t-shirt at a time. My main goal is to make everybody on earth wear my tie-dye all at the same time. I want everybody to wear it all at one time. I want to walk across the whole world and just see a sea of Marcus tie-dye. That's really my main goal. But I'm working on it, It's hard to make that many tie-dyes. I'll go crazy before I can make, what are we at, 7 billion, 8 billion? It's a lot of tie-dyes. I technically have put a little over 1,000 tie-dyes on Etsy. But that doesn't mean I've sold 1,000 on there, because I've taken them down before. You know, sometimes in the past, in the summer, I just take them down. I take down the tie-dyes so I don't have to deal with them. But I leave up the other stuff. Because the other stuff is easier to deal with. Because there are copies. I have copies. I don't have originals. So it's easier to find a copy than it is the one original out of all the bunch. And so usually I take down the tie-dyes for the summer off a line. And then just, you know, retake new photos when I get back home. Whatever I got left and whatever's new. The fall sale, I guess it would be. That's really what I just, you know, I get done with summer and there's no plans on the horizon. And I get to just relax for like a month and like take photos and do inventory and all that good stuff when it's not actually making things. I definitely go like a month or two after summer with not making much. All the work has been done and you need a little break until the next thing. So I took about 2 months this year where I didn't really print much. I didn't really fold much. I kind of just like did inventory and put it online, counted things, you know, took pictures. You know, that whole thing, write descriptions of what it is. Gotta weigh them. You gotta weigh the shirts to make sure, you know, the shipping cost. You gotta know how much the shirts weigh, because you gotta do that for shipping. That takes time. Not much time though, but it does take time. Pretty much all the smalls are the same, you know, and all the mediums are the same, and all the you'll find a random one that's off, but you know what? I'm not counting all of them. To find the one out of like 20 that's you know, an ounce or an ounce heavier, an ounce short. So I just, whatever, not the end of the world. I try to put it up a little bit, round it up. So if there ever is, and it's usually never, not a price difference like between a 5-ounce shirt and a 6-ounce shirt. If you look on the USPS website, there's no difference between a 5-ounce and a 6-ounce shirt in price, really. It only starts adding up when you add like 2 or 3. So if you're like a 1/2 ounce over, it is a mistake, but it's not really one that costs. But technically you're not supposed to. But I just like can't weigh every single shirt, or it'll take me days. So I just weigh one, and if it's close, I round up. Is about the best way I have found. Like if it's like a 5.8, I'll be like, yeah, let's just mark it at 6. And then it gives you a whole ounce to play with. And there might be some that are under, but honestly it doesn't really make it any cheaper. It's just like the wrong button, more or less. They're not happy about it that it's not the wrong weight. They want the weight to be correct every time, which I understand. But I just don't really have time to weigh a million of them. So I just weigh one. I grab a small, all the same brands. If it's a different brand, I'll re-weigh it. You need to re-weigh the different brands because those will change weight. But between shirt to shirt, it's pretty close. It's never usually an ounce over. But that just comes with the time, It's the time. A lot of it's time. A lot of my world is just time. I wish I could do what I wanted to do all the time, but there's a limited amount of time to do a lot of things. So I got to prioritize, which reminds me my day planner might be in my mailbox. I don't think I checked Saturday. And I have to bring my trash can up, which I haven't yet, from Thursday. Maybe when I go get ice, I'll definitely totally try to remember it, but usually by the time I'm back inside, I'm like, nah, I don't care. Not the first thing on my list of the day. Especially not today. But maybe I should. I'm sure my neighbors don't appreciate. I'm sure honestly the postman, I'm sure, doesn't appreciate it because it's kind of in the way of the mailbox. Really, it probably bugs him more than anybody because he has to drive around it and then swoop in real quick. But he's a nice fella. He waves. I tried to give him live on TikTok one day, and he didn't want to, though. He was delivering that book that one day. And those people didn't pay for shipping. I had to pay for it. And I was live streamed, so I was like, all right, you want to be on the live stream? He's like, nope. But I will say, my mailbox got more busy after that. After I told him I'd live stream, guarantee he noticed my mailbox getting busier. Because it has, really, that's what helps me the most. The donations are cool, but like, honestly, the Etsy, I've seen sales in Etsy, and you know, that's big. That's big for me. That's what all these platforms have done to me, is just bring me to more people who think what I do is cool. And that's cool. I'm all for that. I don't want to hibernate. I don't want a nickname. So, what do we got? One more. It's probably dark out. It's like 8 o'clock, so yeah, I definitely gotta walk up there because I don't want to set my alarm for 9:30, and I wanna sleep in a little bit. So it'll probably be like, I don't know, 11 midnight when I get started again, and it'll be on the one that starts with, I guess they both start with T. It'll be one of those that start with T. It will not be one that starts with Y, I'll tell you that. It's not as fun. Listen, I'm not having as much fun. I'm talking to my darn self over here. They got me talking to my darn self over here like I'm a patient. Like I'm in the wacko bin and I'm talking to myself again. So, but really it's my fault because I know for a fact I can do chat on this. I just like, you know, maybe it's just because I didn't sign. I know for some things you have to be signed up for like 90 days before they. I know Insta. I technically can't go live on Insta right now because I just started it like a month ago. So I'm pretty sure it's like 60 or 90 days you have to be signed up for before they let you go live. So I'm assuming there's something like that where they're not letting chat because they think I'll like freak out or something, you know. They don't think I'm used to chatting with chat. So they don't even give you the option. They let you get warmed up and get all your weird, because you could be totally weird and people could just roast you. Now that I think about it, it's probably safe they don't let chat happen, because if you're not good at just talking out loud and you're just sitting there being weird and you're just getting roasted, that could ruin somebody quick. Like, I never want to do this again. I've gotten really lucky. I've never really had anyone like try to just sit and roast me over and over and like me take it and get mad about it, you know. I'm pretty good at bringing it back on them. So I don't think, but I will say TikTok, I think, is also one of those communities where they're just like a nicer crowd. Less, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Less, there's a lot more positivity. People like cheering people on and being like, I don't know you, but go for it and good for you. You know, there's a lot of that going on, I would say, on that compared to other platforms where people will try to like troll you and roast you on other platforms. I already got some negative comments on my YouTube. Not negative, but like not encouraging. But I guess I also took it personally too. So, and normally on TikTok I don't. So that probably was my bad. That probably was my bad for me taking it personally. Because TikTok I never really do. TikTok I usually have a joke to come spit right back at them. Usually it's somebody telling me I'm wasting water. Usually we get an environmentalist up in chat. Trying to shut me down to save the fishes. I don't even eat fish. So I usually like giving it right back to them. And they're like, okay, I'm not going to win this one. Moving on. Usually if you laugh at them and then make fun of them, they're like, okay, troll somebody else that, gets offended. If you're not offended by it, it's really no fun trolling. If you're laughing with them, they don't like that. That is, I guess, one of the secrets. If you laugh with the trolls trolling you, they're having no fun. They don't have any fun at that point. That has been my solution anyways. It seemed to work pretty well. Haven't got much troll in action for how much I hear it happens. It might be just a myth. Trolls may be just a myth. I don't know. They don't bother me. I think they're funny. All right. Slam dunk. Slam dunk. Oh, yeah. Okay. Hold on, let me do this real quick. The best time. Sometimes you forget to do that. This one needs it done. And I almost left it. But right now it's really hot because of my hand. It's really pliable. It's more pliable now because of my hand being warm and pulling it. So, I am going to end right now, but I'm going to fix this before I do. A lot of times I forget to do that. And then you come back and it's cold and it doesn't squeeze as well. Since it's a little bit pliable, warm, you'll see here in a second. Yeah, look at me now. Look at me now. Look how much space we got on that now. So, yeah, so I'm going to end it here. I'm going to eat some food. And I will, I'll be back. Probably, I'm going to try Old Trusty. I'm definitely going to try Old Trusty first. But if Old Trusty doesn't work out, we're going to do new flashing lights, Plan B. And I don't see why Plan B wouldn't work. But if Plan B doesn't work, we will come back here to Plan C. So I think that says it without saying it. You know what I'm saying? So let me see here. I got to hit this end button. I don't know if it ends right away. So hold on. Let me give you a quick... That's just a test. Let me hit this end button. Okay, cool. I remember now this one takes longer. You hit the end button, you got to hit it again to make sure. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? And so this is where I end. So I'll see you, I don't know, probably midnight-ish. I don't really know. If you got your notifications turned on, you'll know.